All right. It looks like everything is on the up and up. Oop, one more thing. There we go. Yeah. Everything seems to be on the up and up. Let's go ahead and go live. I did a couple changes in this setup. We changed the building. There's our sleep trigger. We got the wardrobe in that room. And there's a spare room office, restroom in here. Why they couldn't give me my wardrobe trigger in here too. Yeah, probably size of the room. The other thing I really wish is there was a walk-through door right here for the garage area. Instead of having to come out. And that explains why there's not a walk-through door area. Because that door would be like right here. Which is actually kind of my other gripe. On this, I like the whole concept. Because I prefer going into my buildings. But if this was about that wide. Heck, had the whole garage area as wide as the actual house area, we might be able to do a trailer like this in there. The size of the garage could almost fit on that deck space. So, it's a slight gripe of mine. I'll use them. I like the barn dominiums, both of them. I changed it out to that one just because I actually prefer this one over the one we were using originally on the map. And since I found out I goofed, I went ahead and changed the house. Got a Super Duty and the fifth wheel trailer, the gooseneck trailer. What happened was I accidentally leased the combine. I was reviewing things and saw the combine was a lease. So I had to send that back, switch it out, and then I put us back to 100,000. Get some comments going on my Alma map. I'm also got this question going. We're on hard mode on the Alma map, and we made somewhere between 1.5 and $2 million the second year off the coffee beans. I'm really hemming and hawing about having that mod active on the map. Because that's hard mode where the best purchase price you get for the coffee beans is about $1,850. It's over 3,000 on this on normal difficulty. So I'm kind of thinking we might want to dump this just because of how quick that's going to make us a crap ton of money. Outside of that, I don't remember. I want to say the wood greenhouse and the sawmill isn't as bad. But it might be more because I don't see it because I don't sell everything on one shot. because that will be going and selling at the top of every whenever the products are done. So what we've got, to refresh y'all's memory, we've got these three areas. This winter, we're going to clear this of all the trees, and then that will get plowed in for planting into this field. I think we're going to make this one a grass field. Not in a big rush. We're more just getting going. Oh, and I just saw that. It doesn't matter because this was harvest ready. So there's nothing we could have done on any of these fields anyways. So let's get to harvesting and go from there. And if I remember correctly, we don't have boy, without having the oversized header on this thing, it's a little bit different on clearing out an entryway. We'll see where they go. We'll get the... Actually, we'll find it here shortly as we're following with the straw trailer. But I've found a lot of times that there's trees infringing on this field. And if we come across one of those, we will chop it down. I think I mentioned it the last stream of Michigan Map. Monday, Wednesday, Fridays when I'm planning on doing the Michigan Map. Alma Tuesday, Thursday. Weekends, it's a toss-up. It depends on what I feel like doing. But tomorrow, I am planning on doing the Sunny Farms setup. I'm going to do that one as time allows. Like if I wake up or something. Okay, good. Crop destruction is on. All right. And I'll just post those separately. Those aren't going to be streams, I don't think, unless people start calling for them. But considering I don't get a lot of any of that already, I'm not worried about it. But what I'm looking at, there are trees blocking the way. We'll fix that. My game plan is just let the AI do the headlands, and then we'll take over from there. All right, but back to Sunny Farms. It's going to be a realistic. It'll be a combine like this one where it'll be basically set up the same. No oversized header, no abnormally large hopper. It'll be 25K, which is about as big as you get on the vanillas. We're not going to be using a forage wagon. It's going to be all baled up. The silage will be actually silage will be coming from the same thing we're doing here, except the straw will not be used as silage. We're just going to use it for storing it for the cattle. I'm going to change the cattle barn to the one I'm putting here, which is just more head of cattle. It automatic feeding robot, milking robot, and all that other stuff. But it's going to be a lot more realistic of a gameplay. The cattle barn I'm going to use allows for 2,000 head of cattle, but we'll keep it under 1,000, probably like 500. There's just not a good in between on that. So what's on that already is this one right here. And because the pasture size, it allows like, it's got like 250 something. What I'm going to do is use this one, but limit it to like 500 head of cattle. Anytime we go over 500, we sell cattle. Because I want it, like I said, to be realistic-ish. And actually, that 200 head of cattle is probably the best way to keep it realistic, wouldn't it be? That's probably a realistic kind of calculation on the vanilla one, so let's keep that solid. I'm hoping it makes it around to the break-in area. And actually, once we go through that, we'll be taken over. Well, that's a difference. When you're running unrealistic, it unloads a lot faster. Alright, so when we do that line there, we'll come back and clean up that one spot around a tree. This little bit right up over here on the left. I prefer the two headlands, especially when I'm not using unrealistic header, just to give you the better turnaround at the end of the aisles. Especially if you're working with trees, telephone poles, or anything like that, just off the farm plot, just off the field. So I'm going to kind of push what my plans a little bit. The straw we get off these two fields will go into silage to allow the farm production to get rolling. And actually, I'm kind of thinking about eliminating the farm production also. There's a lot of money earned off that. And we could just sell the silage, I mean the slurry and manure. So this field I'm planning on doing as barley next round. Or, because the other option is grass here, which wouldn't be a bad idea. Because we're going to have a lot of cattle. And another thing I was thinking, instead of on that spot I was talking about with the clearing the trees off of over the winter, right there, I might change that up. And have the horses away from the main property and put a sheep set up right next to the cows. And it's something I'm thinking about. So we will take a look at that. Actually, that looks like it lines up pretty solid. Yeah. So we're going to go on the next run back up. But of course, also the other option is to put sheep over here by those trees instead of the horses. But either way it goes, you kind of got the idea. So kind of my thoughts are right now is to do Sunny Farms Saturday, Sunday. see if there's all that much interest in it. And see if we can't start a poll or something. Just in the comment section, say which ones you'd prefer we work. We'd have any of the three. And that's what I'll do more of the streams on. Next Thursday, after my cast comes off, I might be able to actually use a mouse halfway decent, and I'll start getting into some of the other games. I've been thinking about diving back into Empyrean. I'd have to do some checking, but my mod of preference on 7 Days to Die hadn't been updated yet the last time I checked. So it's going to depend greatly on what's out there and available. I need to do a little bit of work on World of Warcraft. Get my remix characters moved out. I'm not going to finish the remix. Not being able to use my thumb to do attack chains and stuff just killed it for me. So yeah, we'll see what other streams I put out there. I do a lot of open world survival games, primarily outside of Farmer Sim. Just right now, Farmer Sim is one of the few I can do without having to use fine control on my mouse. So, I'm limited to Farmer Sim. And I'm going to go, and while we're unloading into the truck, it looks like I've got a banner on my stream preview on Rumble that's covered by my Streamlabs. So I'm going to put it on pause for a minute for me to check what that banner is. I think it's a... Nah, I think it's an advert for me to do something. A wallet or something, if I remember right. But we'll take a look at that here. I'll take a look as I'm loading into the truck. And after we do that, we're going to have to go and dump it anyways. I don't think we can get the rest of this field without unloading one more time. And this will pretty much have the truck full. If we're over 90%, I want to say that that trailer set can take 3 of these loads. 3 full combines. So it's going to be pretty close to full when we're done. I don't think we could squeeze a little bit enough in there to finish out this field. We'll see what it looks like. Yeah. I don't think that would get us enough to finish off the field. We'll see. We'll get another ups and down. Empty out the combine. That should top the truck off the rest of the way. But I don't think that will be enough. Oh. Forgot to turn the time on. So one of the things I like about the Michigan map is the professions thing comes in handy. Where you can do jobs. Whoops, wrong button. All right. Right there at 44 is the biogas plant. You can get a job there. Doesn't pay much, but you can do education, and it's a whole thing. It's a good way to do a bunch of RP, some good role playing in the game. I just don't know if I want to do it. I've done it in the past. It's going to be close. Because I'm pretty sure that the trailer's not going to be able to handle the rest of what's in the combine right now. Not by much. It got more than I was thinking. We might be able to squeeze the rest of this into the combine. Then we'll have to prep the combine to move over to the next field. So I will be teleporting around for that instead of making you wait for me to run around. Actually, that's accessible to us. Okay. I think we're gonna make it. No, I'm sitting here looking at that open area right there, and I'm really thinking about putting the sheep in there. So I'm going to take a look at that. Because for us to go and put this into that area into farmland, we have to get a rock breaker, jackhammer, skid steer, bucket. We got a lot of work to do over the winter. Which all in all isn't a bad thing because we'd be able to sell the trees. And it's the reason I got the Fendt tractor anyways. Because it has a winch built into it. To drag the sectioned out trees, because I think you want to, I want to say you want to cut them down, you know, trim the trees down and get them to 10-foot increments so you get more money out of them. But I don't think I'd even go that far. I'd just drag them around. And then on top of that, to do it right, we would need to get rid of all the stumps out of there. That's a lot of cost. That's a lot of moolah. So, as I was saying, was thinking about taking out farm production and stuff on this map. I think I'm going to keep it on this map. But I'm not going to put a farm production thing up on Sunny Farms. I'm not going to do the coffee production mod. What else? I don't think I'm going to do any of those kind of mods that might increase revenue. All the straw I gather on that one is just going to be for the cattle. None of it's going to be silaged. If I get a whole bunch of excess of it, I'll just sell it off. And like I think I said already, I'm going to be baling it all. So in all actuality, I think I'm going to go to a different type of silage. Production. Not pit. I won't go with pits, but I'll be something else. Even though I'm going to be wrapping it mostly. So yeah, we'll see how I go with it. I think I won't be doing any shaft silage. I think it'll all be grass silage. I'm going to shut that off for now. Grab this guy. Oh, he was already dropped off. I'm going to bump up the time to get us closer to 10 because of what we'd lost with it turned off. Yeah, I should have kept that on. Get this guy over here. Perfect. I can back into this. That doesn't look like it's seated properly. Okay, it's not giving me the hand, so it's seated right. But boy, does it not look right. This is the best turning tractor I've got. I don't know if I can make a U-turn here. Woohoo! It did it. I didn't have to go to that guy's cleared field. All right. So what did we get? Almost 100,000 liters? All right. Well, that was an interesting hiccup. I am going awfully quick doing this, but almost. We're so close. So close, yet so far away. almost half a mil. Let's go ahead and do this. Get this. Distributing. Running. Yep, everything looks good. Actually, sawmill. Nope, that's going to hold off. We'll let that build up some more wood. Let's go get the next field. That should be getting pretty close already. And not only that, the combine's probably getting fairly full too. And knowing my luck, I'm not seeing it there yet. But it's flashing, which is making me think it's close to 80%. And I missed the cue. We made some money. Yeah, 80%. It was about to set up to have the auger going out into the field. Yep, artificial stupid. They could have turned around and come back this way and been able to be unloaded in the on the roll. But it looked like it was starting to set up to come back down the other side. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this over ourselves. And like I've said before, I prefer the two headlands because of interference with trees. On this particular plot, the power poles at that end plus the trees Give me plenty of room to turn around. And what we're going to do is, when we get to that section to the west, we'll clear all of that out before coming back up. About that time, we'll probably be getting pretty close to full. And we just dump it into the truck, finish this field, and be done. And I am very curious on where we got cash flow that came in at the top of the hour. I'm going to have to, at the end of this row, we're going to take a quick peek at our productions to make sure nothing is being sold. Because that's about the only thing that it could be. Coffee beans, distributing, storing. We don't have any of that going yet. That's distributing. That's all distributing. The lettuce shouldn't have distributed. That doesn't distribute usually till the end of the day. It's saying selling right now, but it's not active. So I'm very curious where that cash flow came in. I didn't think we had enough solar active to give us money. But yeah, we made over $1,200. More than that because we had wages come out at the same time. And this field's killing our precision farming score. Gonna kill that. Uh-oh. That's not right. Be right back with you. Okay. Let's see if it starts moving again. For some reason, my preview on the Rumble side is not flowing. But it is now. The scene was frozen for some reason a little bit ago. I have a feeling yeah. It looks to me like something's running in the background on the PC. Because usually I stay under 70% on the GPU, and the CPU is usually a lot lower, in the mid 20s. And that looks high to me. I haven't gotten a drop frame report yet. But it's not liking something. And I'm not sure what. So I think what I'm going to have to do is, after this stream, after this field, just put everything away, close out the stream, and then rewatch everything on Rumble and YouTube, which is the two places I'm streaming to right now, and see if it's coming over decently. Because that's not looking right. I might have to record everything and post it separately. Because I had an issue a couple days ago where I dropped frames and got disconnected. Computer is getting a little up there in age, and I am doing it all on one PC and not having a separate one broadcast it. We're not going to make it. I don't think we're going to make it. It was close. Actually, let's hold off on that. Yeah, but what I definitely am not liking the look of is the video quality that I'm looking at on the preview on Rumble. I'm not liking this at all. I think I am going to have to go to video if this is actually the way it went over. I can see the very left side of my screen, and all of the information on the control groups and everything is so bad and so blurry. The only reason I know what is written there is I know what's supposed to be there. I couldn't read that if I tried. So, yeah, we are going to be closing this out. And I'm going to review some videos. If all of mine have been this bad live, I don't think they were, because I want to say I was able to read that stuff before. But if the actual stream was that bad, I'm going to have to do something. So I'm going to do a couple things real quick. Yeah. I'm looking at this right now, and it is atrocious. I've got the full screen up. Not liking the look at all. So when this is done, we just got a couple passes left. I'm going to go ahead and end this at the end of this field. Do some reviews and see if the actual stream looks better than this. Because if not, I'm going to have to make videos. I'm not going to be able to stream it. This quality is terrible. And it shouldn't be this bad. Okay. That's more than I was wanting to do. I'm not going to be able to finish this row. So either way it goes, I want to take a look at the streams, see how everything looks. Because if they look this bad, I'm not gonna be able to keep doing these. The computer is on the older side, but it's got more than enough power. It should be able to handle this stuff no problem. I don't know how many times I have to tell my wireless provider I'm not interested in any sales updates. I've told you guys that. But no, they still got to call me on every new upcoming thing they're trying to push. You take them off your call, take yourself off the call list, and if you don't read every single thing coming from them, they'll have one of those boxes automatically checked on your bill or something, and because you paid that bill electronically, boom, you're right back on the call list. We got a little bit left. In the truck, but I don't think it can hold 2,000. I'm not going to bother with how bad this stream quality looks to be. I am going to go ahead and end this. Oh, it was able to handle it all. Beautiful. So we'll go and figure it out from there. Keep an eye out. If the quality is as bad all the way across in all the streams and I missed it previously, I'll be posting videos. Y'all have a good day, and I'll catch you next time.